Time on the track.
I got this female record, you know what I'm saying, that I got, you dig, and I got Brooke, you know, playing the leading lady, you know what I'm saying, in the video, you know what I mean, and it's gonna be real sexy, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be real fly, you know what I mean, and you know, we definitely like been a, you know, it ain't no secret, you know, we've been a topic of discussion, you know what I'm saying, in the city, you know, for, you know, like recently, like ever since we, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, you know, man, it's been been funny.
Hey, let's start right there
me?
since we on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Cause we know her original name is Bodied by Brooke.
Nah,
the
facts.
last 72 hours, that ain't been her name.
Yeah, nah, she Bodied by BG. Nah, you heard me? You know what I'm saying? That's one of her AKAs. You heard me?
Known
you know
as,
you dig, yeah.
So how, you know, because people want to know about that, like, you put, like, people want to know, like, you persuaded that happened, how that came about, when you seen, what your first thoughts was.
I mean, you know, it happened. You heard me? It just happened. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like, you know, it was bound to happen. You know, when you're in jail, you know what I'm saying, and you Joseph, you know what I mean, and you know, I had seen her in the Straight Stunt magazine. You know what I mean, like. You know, I used to get my man to send me, like, all the, you know, pictures of all the lit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, bras in the city and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had got some pictures of her, you know what I mean? And, you know, and my man was like, man, like, bitch, you gotta come home and get that, you know what I mean? But, you know, I came home, you know what I'm saying? They was in a situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ended up in a situation, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I had reached out to him and let him know, you know, that I see him, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, to keep going, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm following your movement, I like what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, and I kept it, you know, like that, you know what I'm saying, just on some player shit, you know what I'm saying, and then...
You really wanted to smash the gas, though.
Hey, you know, but jail taught me patience, man. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? You did, yeah. So, you know, like, you know, one thing led to another, you know what I mean? And, you know, I guess, you know, the situation, you know, that she was in, you know, fell apart, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I had going on, you know, kind of, you know, fell apart, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, you know, the universe, you know what I mean, kind of just, you know what I'm saying, pulled us together, man, and, you know, it's been...
Some magnetic shit.
And, you know, once we, you know, just, you know what I'm saying, vibed out and really just talked and really just kicked it and really just, you know, like felt each other out and shit. Like, you know, it was genuine.
Right. That's
it was genuine.
But for the people, you know what I'm saying, they got a lot of people that just feel like, man, there's a lot of hype, you know, it ain't real, things of that nature. That's, you know what I'm saying, like that's what they put out, like, man, that's fake. They, you know what I'm saying, they doing it for the gram.
Listen.